Hello everyone, welcome to Friday Sews. I'm Christine and this is Christine Sews a Lot. Today on Friday Sews, I'm going to primarily be talking about some of my upcoming sewing plans. I did finish another Jackson pullover. That was my third, I believe, in this past month. And I'm going to put that pattern aside and the snuggly clothes aside because I want to work on my 2023 plan of building an appropriate wardrobe. What that means to me is I want to pair up some of my orphan garments that don't get much wear. I love them, but I don't have a lot that goes with it. And to make clothes that fit my lifestyle. Now, in my wardrobe, I have plenty of leisure wear for exercise, walking the dog, that kind of thing. But I don't have a lot of nicer garments that I would consider work appropriate. I work in a sewing studio and I want to be presentable when I go to work. So what am I going to do about it? I'm going to be mindful of what I'm sewing, that going forward I sew garments that work with what I have, and I'm going to try to match up something with those orphan garments I love but don't wear much. Let me show you two of my favorite skirts that get very little wear. The first one is the Brumby Skirt by Megan Nielsen. I've sewn it in this beautiful cotton fabric. It's probably more of a poplin weight, and I do love this skirt. It needs to be ironed. Has a fun exposed zip on the back, and it fits me really well. But it does have a good bit of volume with this gathering here at the waist. So I don't want to wear a top that has a lot of volume, and that's why that skirt doesn't get a lot of wear. I also don't want to continuously pair it with these super casual t-shirts that I own. I want to find something that works better with this, and I know I'll wear it more often. The other skirt that I love, and it does get a little more wear than the Brumby skirt, is the Miette Skirt by Tilly and the Buttons. It's a wrap skirt. I do love this skirt. I don't have a lot to go with it. Same problem as the Brumby skirt. So I want to sew a top that works well with this so that I get more wear out of it. I have a couple of top patterns that I'm considering sewing up. Let me know if you've made either of these. One is the square neck top by the Friday Pattern Company. It can be lengthened a little bit and so that you can tuck it in. I have two fabric choices that I think would work well. I have this green Riley Blake rayon. It is very wrinkled, I know. It has not been treated well. It's been crumpled up in a box. I have 3 yards. I think it'll go really well with either of the skirts. I like the coloring for me. That could be a square neck top. Another choice I have is this cobalt blue. I did a toile of the Avid Seamstress blouse out of this fabric, and I just fell in love with the color. It's not the best quality fabric, but the color is really good for me. So I have 5 yards of this. I could get a square neck top out of this. I also am looking at the Sudley blouse by Megan Nielsen, and I think either of these fabrics would work well for the Sudley blouse, and I think that would be a great addition to my wardrobe. It would help deal with the orphans, and it would go well with my next planned make. Something I think that would be really useful for me at work, and also just going out when I want to look a little more put together, is to sew a pair of Helen's Closet's Winslow Culottes. Now I have this sand washed cotton in navy, and I have quite a bit of this. I think I have 3 meters. I bought this from Blackbird Fabric. And I think it would make a great pair of Winslow culottes, especially for my first time making them. I plan on doing the flat front and elastic back hack, slant pockets, and I do plan on taking some volume out of the legs, particularly because I'm using this cotton. I think I'm going to take 3 inches out of each of the sides of the Winslow culottes, and I want to get that sewn up fairly quickly. My main machine, Astrid, is in the shop right now, just getting a service. She's doing a little bit of wonky buttonholes, so it's time for her to be serviced. So I'm going to be starting with simple projects, and all of these are simple projects that don't require anything but straight stitches, I believe. So those will be first on my agenda, mainly because I don't have Astrid. So those are my more immediate plans, but I do have some other plans that I would like to do in this quarter. I love to wear a dress. Dresses are easy. You don't have to worry about matching anything to the dress other than your shoes. And I have 2 dresses planned using some really fantastic fabric that is fun and a little bit different from me. Let me know what you think about these fabric. So the first one is this rayon I bought from Blackbird Fabric. It has been sitting in my stash for more than a year, and I just think it is so cool. I love the faces, and I think this would be great for a Cielo dress, a closet core pattern from their Rome collection. It's just a simple shift dress, and I think I will look all artsy fartsy in it, and that's what I'm going for. Let me know if you have sewn the Cielo dress. I have 2.5 meters of this fabric, and I think I'll have enough to do the dress, but I'm also thinking I might want to add some length to the dress. I'm only 5'4", but I've seen a couple of makes that were shorter than I would be comfortable with, and I want this dress to be something that will go through all seasons. I don't want to limit it to where I'd have to wear leggings underneath it. So if you have sewn the Cielo and you're around my height, let me know what you thought of the length and where it hits on you. So the other dress that I am desperate to sew that I think would look great in this fun fabric is the Kalle shirt dress. Now, I bought this fabric recently from Minerva, and it is not strictly in the colors that I would normally use, but it is so fantastic. Now, I do wear black. This is, I would call it a brownie black. It has a lot of warm colors in it, but this just captured me. It is a poplin, and it's got these buildings and these people, and I really do like this fabric, so I kind of like to sew this soon. I do need to get Astrid back from the shop before I start on this, and I really want to showcase this the best that I can. I was going to do the Cielo in this, but then I saw Michelle from Michelle Sews Again's latest Kalle, and I thought, I need a Kalle shirt dress. I want to do one with the collar, and I think it's View C. I would love to hear your thoughts on what I should make with these fabrics. This is 2.5 yards of rayon. It has a little bit of a crinkle texture, like a linen, but it is 100% rayon. And this cotton poplin, to me, is just so fantastic. I don't want to lose some of these elements, so it might take some careful pattern placement. I'd love to know what you would make with this. Right now, I am leaning towards the Kalle shirt dress, but I can be persuaded. I'd love to get those 2 dresses sewn up in time to wear them to the Sewing and Quilting Expo. Things are starting to settle down here. I should have more time to sew, and I'm really looking forward to that. I'd love to know what you're working on. If you want to see more of my makes, I'll link some in the end here. Until next time, I hope you have a joyful week and you find the good in all things, especially sewing. Bye.